So Rod, clearly Royal Ascot has a global identity. So how do you build something beyond that? How do you give something like the British Champions Day its own identity out of the shadow of Royal Ascot?
Well, I think what helps our day, and I think it's unique certainly to British racing, is that the day is not owned by the track. It's owned by a group of shareholders. So the Champion Series investors, which include the Jockey Club as the biggest shareholder, and Ascot, and some of the leading independent tracks like Goodwood and York, have invested in this day, and they take the day to Ascot, and Ascot host it on our behalf, and that enables us to fulfil some of the desires we've got to promote it in a different way and to give it a sense of identity in the way that we promote the theatre of the day, to give it a really sporting context, and I think that's helped us create our own. We like to think in some ways it's a 6th day of Royal Ascot in terms of its absolute quality, but in terms of the focus, it's less about the social. We race it obviously in October, so it's not a summer-based meeting. The focus is on world-class racing, and to date, we've been very pleased with progress that we've created a day with a big investment in prize money, with a serious long-term sponsorship deal that's got very, very high quality racing in, and you can build it all around that premium product, and hopefully the rest follows. But looking at Craig, 30 years in operation, we are relative newcomers.
And of course, days like this help to underwrite, I suppose, the less popular race days through the year. When you look at things like beverage, merchandising, sponsorship, etc. How does the British Champions Day compare to Royal Ascot in a commercial sense?
In some ways good, in some ways different. Our early focus has not been on creating the kind of crowds that Royal Ascot gets. I think Royal over its 5 days gets 200,000 plus people. We've peaked at 30,000 so far, so we don't have aspirations yet commercially on race day revenues, but in terms of sponsorship revenue, it's the biggest sponsorship deal done in British racing for the day, so commercial revenue that way would be extremely important, and we would judge it on that. And we'd also judge it on the wider success of the series, and it's been a really common theme this week about the need to make the sport relevant and accessible. Champions Day is a finale of 35 of the best races in the UK, kicking off at the Guineas in May and running through all of the famous events from the Investec Epsom Derby through Royal Ascot, Goodwood, leading up to Champions Day. And that enables us to create a big focus via national television, via social media on the best racing, hopefully encouraging a wider audience to come and look at what we think is some of the best racing in the world.